Did the old prophets actually meet angels on top of mountains? Or were they highly intelligent beings from a galaxy far, far away? Today, we're taking a look at 3 well-known sightings of UFOs. Because let's face it, we're not alone, and the evidence is everywhere.
In today's video, we'll be taking a look at evidence of aliens in ancient China, as well as a more recent event. Over the years, numerous unusual archaeological discoveries have been made in China. Some of these may point to the existence of aliens. This includes things such as strange golden masks and tombs full of liquid mercury. China has been a very powerful and massive empire at various points in history. Did aliens have a hand in this? If you're interested to know more, let's check out the video. A strange golden mask. In 2021, a treasure trove of artifacts was found in Sanxingdui, a Bronze Age site. Amongst the 500 artifacts, one stood out: a golden mask. This mask was supposedly used by priests during ritual worship. It appears to be similar to previous discoveries of bronze human statues, but there's a major difference. The mask has inhumanly wide, bulging eyes and very large ears. That sounds a bit like the description of an alien, doesn't it? This has led to a heated debate about the purpose and nature of the mask. Some online commenters even say it looks more like the aliens from the film Avatar. To quote one commenter, "Does that mean Sanxingdui belongs to an alien civilization?" The director of archaeology at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences disagrees. According to him, the mask was designed to resemble deities. It's exaggerated and isn't supposed to look human. But that raises the question, who were these deities? Were they truly supernatural beings or an advanced race from beyond? As I've mentioned in my previous videos, some of these gods worshipped in various civilizations may have been alien travelers. The Bronze Age site where this mask was discovered also raised more questions. Supposedly it was a sacrificial site, but were the sacrifices animals, plants, or humans? Did the early settlers offer up their fellows to aliens? Maybe these tributes were uplifted and taken away instead of killed. Sichuan statue. The golden mask isn't the only potentially extraterrestrial artifact originating in China. In Guangdong, Sichuan province, a large bronze statue of a man was found. Like the mask, this statue possesses rather inhuman features. It's incredibly tall and thin, and its face resembles the Sanxingdui mask. The statue is thought to represent a king of the Shu kingdom, which was the ancient name for present-day Sichuan. Is it possible that the aliens installed one of their own to rule over Shu kingdom? Or maybe he was a hybrid of sorts. It wouldn't be the first case of an alien ruling a human kingdom and imparting knowledge after all. I talked about this in some of my previous videos. For example, you could check out the video on pharaohs of ancient Egypt. Dropa stones. Yet another strange archaeological discovery in China linked to aliens would be the Dropa stones. A Chinese archaeologist named Xu Pute discovered them in 1938 while exploring some caves. He found a series of graves containing skeletons measuring a little over a meter in height. Alongside these miniature skeletons, grooved stones were buried. They were later referred to as the Dropa stones. The stones are a series of discs engraved with unknown hieroglyphs. Another professor named Sum Nui translated these hieroglyphs later on. According to him, it details the story of the little people. They were aliens, hunted to near extinction by local humans. One disc supposedly reads, "The Dropa came down from the clouds in their aircraft. Our men, women, and children hid in the caves 10 times before sunrise. When at last we understood the sign language of the Dropas, we realized that the newcomers had peaceful intentions." The humans and aliens later reconciled their differences. These aliens supposedly became the ancestors of the present-day Dropa tribe. The discs were transported to Russia for further study. Dr. Vyacheslav Zaitsev describes an experiment where the discs were supposedly placed on a special turntable. They were shown to vibrate or hum in an unusual rhythm, as though an electrical charge was passing through them, even when none was involved. Unfortunately, the discs disappeared in 1994 from the museum. Sum Nui himself published his findings in 1962. They were met with disbelief and ridicule. Soon after, he moved to Japan. There, he died not long after completing the manuscript of his work. Xu Pute's initial report was also suppressed by the Chinese government of his time. It's curious, isn't it? How much governments try to keep from the people, or how much evidence just disappears. No wonder we're always looking for the truth. Qin Shi Huang. Another interesting bit of China's history is the life of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. He was the first to unify their massive nation under a single empire. Qin Shi Huang also laid down many laws and governing principles. Some of these were copied by later emperors in their reigns. But what does this have to do with aliens? Well, Qin Shi Huang was a rather eccentric tyrant, obsessed with immortality and the afterlife. At one point, he dispatched a minister overseas to seek a magic potion that would grant him eternal life. Unfortunately, that minister never returned. Desperate and nearing the end of his life, Qin Shi Huang turned to other methods. He drank an elixir of mercury. Unfortunately for Emperor Qin, he died anyway. His body is interred in a massive tomb complex guarded by an army of terracotta soldiers. The complex also contains a river of the same liquid mercury he drank. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll recall that liquid mercury is a common element found in ancient worship and burial sites across the globe. Some archaeologists say it symbolizes the rivers of the underworld. It could also have been a power source for alien craft. So maybe Emperor Qin did ascend to his alien overlords. After all, we've never actually seen his body. Historical records. Speaking of Qin Shi Huang, a strange event occurred during his reign. According to historian Sima Qian, in the 38th year of Emperor Qin, a meteorite from the sky fell in the eastern suburbs of Xianyang City. It created a raging fire that burned up the entire farmland. Emperor Qin sent his men to investigate. Unfortunately, the meteorite was gone by the time they arrived. Nothing was left but ashes. According to local eyewitnesses, the stone looked swollen, resembling a disc-like vessel. The mystery of that object was never solved. On one hand, it could have been a meteorite shaped like a clay vessel. On the other hand, it could have been a UFO. The ancient Chinese wouldn't know the concept of a UFO after all. From the founding of its first unified empire till the present day, China seems to have been a hotbed of unusual activity. But were these signs of aliens mere coincidences? The answers are so close, yet so far away at the same time. Perhaps we may finally discover the truth once our technology is advanced enough. Assuming the aliens are actually willing to contact us, of course. Make sure to comment below on what your thoughts are.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching this episode of UFOlogy. See you in the next one.